All right, I am back. Good morning, everybody. Here is George Reese, and I'm super excited to have this call this morning. It's one of my favorite calls to be on Saturday morning because I show you how you can be successful, where you can find information, where you can go yourself on, and like they say, under the or how do you call it, a rabbit hole, very deep if you want to. You don't have to. It's just when people want to have extra information. In order to be successful, you just have to do the basics, and we are going to talk about that a little here but then later too. But anyway, just to tell you a little about myself, for those of you that don't know me really well, I have been in the business of network marketing since the 90s. I was in real estate. The real estate business crashed totally so bad that I had three different jobs. And I lost everything. We have control over many, many properties, and everything come crashing down. It seems like overnight, but I didn't see the signs because I came from South America. I didn't know that there were bubbles here. I thought the US was perfect, never went down, never had anything bad. I said the only depression probably was the one in the 30s, but and 20s and 20s basically. But I thought and 30s, but I never thought it would happen again because I thought that's the only one that you heard when you are outside the country. Oh, the Great Depression. But yeah, I went through a recession, a real estate crash, a real estate bubble. And I did all kind of jobs trying to recover. I had three jobs by the time I found network marketing, and I found it. It's not like most of you that somebody told you about the company, say, telling you about three or any other company where you started. Most of you, I just found it. I just went to a magazine. I was reading an article about network marketing, and I said, well, I had to find out more about it. But nobody sponsored me. I sponsor my sponsor. In other words, my sponsor, I look for a sponsor. I call many people. Finally, the guy called me, and he was the only one that did follow up. I didn't understand him very well because my English was no good, and his English was no good either. He was originally from China, and that imagine trying to connect. But he was consistent. He was nice. We became very good friends. We learned the business together. And eventually, although we went separate ways, he became a multimillionaire in other companies. I became very successful also in other companies. And this and the reason is because we follow the basics. And today you are going to see about the basics. We created a website where we feel that we have basically all the information that you need for to be successful. And on top of that, of course, we have the tools to tree. Many of the things in our website actually are connected to tools on Tree. But I feel it's a little easier to find. Let me share my screen, and we will go right away into my site. Okay, let me go to Legacy Maker. All right, this is our site. It's ourlegacymakers.com. Ourlegacymakers.com. We created this just like if we were looking at what if we have a place where we can have all the information. Now, most of this information you can find it also on the tree. It's just that there are so many different places that sometimes people feel a little uncomfortable find it, or they don't find it. And we did it in a way that in order how that you need it in order to learn it. But here is the website. It's called Our Legacy Makers. And for those of you that are brand new, it's ideal to look at this. The first thing is welcome, getting started. And now I say a checklist. I recommend that you copy this letter and send it to the people when they join, because here we keep it updated with all the new stuff that are all the things that the person needs to start. The back office, login, everything that they need. Now they are getting a newsletter or a letter, also a welcome letter from Tree, but this one was a little different, and it's also introducing to the team side. That's very important. And again, it's very important. And you say, well, where do I start? There you start. The second thing is to make sure that you set up your Smartship. Now, if you're coming with a founder package, you are qualified with a Smartship for the next 11 months. However, it's good to know this because some of the people that you are going to be bringing do not have the founder pack. And then here explain how it works. And it's important to read it, even if, again, you came with a founder pack and you say, oh, for the next 11 months, I don't have to worry. But again, many of the people that you are going to bring into, they are not coming with a founder. And the founder is going to run out sometimes. And at the end of this year, beginning of next year, I don't know for sure. We don't know. Nobody knows. But here tell you the Smartship and how to set it up, etc. Let's go back to the home. And you see, by the way, there are links on top, home play, home. Again, that's the first page. The next one is download the Tree app. Now, starting sometimes in less than very soon, I cannot say when, we are going to have the new app. But meanwhile, you can start playing with this app because the basics, you go to the App Store. Here this is the Apple Store, but also you have an Android, you can also get into the app. And the app is so important because you see many of the tools that the company has. Now, I know some of you that heard already about the new app said, okay, I want to wait. Start with this one. And the reason I say to start with this one is because the basics are the same that you're going to find in the other one. They're designing in a way that for people that have the old app, that this is the one, they are not going to feel lost when they go into the new one. It's just that the new one is way more complete. But meanwhile, make sure you download the app. Very important. I came back to home. And as you see, we are going step by step. We have the Shout community. This is another one. It tells you how to connect, and there's a tutorial how to connect. You can take a picture of this if you are on your phone, and you get right away into your also into the app. It's very simple, and the reason the community is cool, and I probably gonna go now into the community to say, is that you can find a lot of information. Shout, I don't know how to spell it. Okay, for example, we have the team chat. And one of the cool things is when you are on the team chat, you can post anything there, just when a conversation. And also here on the right side, you see on top, and your phone is going to be different because the screen is not as big. It's probably going to be, it's going to be just in one line, but you are going to find links. And then you have different links for the different calls in the morning. For example, I click here and you see here are all the calls that we have in the morning. Really cool. We have our YouTube channel. We have Spanish Business School, Zoom, the tutorial for the book, how to book a Zoom with us, the Team Zoom link, that is this one, different resources for legacy makers, compensation plan, fast start, etc. By the way, all this is also in our website. You can find it on our website, but we have it here also because in that way you have different ways to access this information. Let me go again here. And the app, by the way, excuse me, the Shout app is mostly for a team community where, again, you can ask questions, etc. That's where we announce many of the things that are coming up, etc. The next one is the back office tour. Now, the back office tour is important because that you want to know how your back office work. There is a video here where I explain, for example, how to set up your account, and it also how to get into your back office. This is very important again, although you can ask the person that invite you into the business also how to work it, because the best way is when you have somebody next to you. But if somebody comes and they say, my upline disappeared into the, I don't know, the black hole of network marketing, we have the information here. Tree Wallet, how to set up your Tree Wallet, because that's the way that you get paid. And here explain how it works. Very important. And the Tree Wallet is basically where you set up all your information when you start getting paid. Product education. Now, this one is really cool, but at the same time could be dangerous. Let me tell you why. You don't have to know anything about the products in order to start promoting. You just talk about the benefits. And the best way to learn that is by following the presentation that other people are doing. However, if you want to, for your own education, to go deeper, then this is the place to go. If you want to know more about the product line. Hold on a second, please. Okay, I'm back. My dog was barking in the background. As you see, this call is live. Okay, this is really cool because everything that you need about to know about the products, Dr. Dan, etc., is here. Everything. The epigenetic study, the different studies, every video here is Dr. Dan talking about the different products, the science, different presentations or interviews with Dr. Dan. Also, of course, have the link to the Wellness Wednesday. We have a video about the medicinal plant research institute that we have in Thailand. And then each product not only has the basic information on the videos, but when you click here, for example, this is the Vitalite. It has all the information about Vitalite. Most people want to know the ingredients, etc. Now, if somebody wants to go into very deep, you can give them the information here. This is the clinical dossier. Although I tell you a warning, unless you are super excited about reading medical studies, you're going to fall asleep. This is mostly for people that are very into science. And there's a lot of information, as you see. Just in Vitalite, you can spend a lot good time going through all the different ingredients, all the different dossiers about this ingredient, the way that work in our body, etc. Now, obviously, I have not done through that. I have to say, I know how the product works. I know what it's good for. I know the benefit, but I don't have to know the ingredients in order to be successful. The same with every product. They have also the medical dossier, etc. Then we have let me go to the Visage. We go deeper into the Visage too. And then there's more information here. For example, even manufacturing certifications, the clinical dossiers are here again. But something that I just want to bring up is that we have information here that 90.999% of the companies don't have when they are promoting products. We have it mostly for peace of mind. You don't have to learn all that at all. Like I said, 90% or 99% of the companies do not have this kind of information. This is just to give you more relaxed about the company, and they say, wow, the products are for real. I love that. But remember, you don't have to know all this information at all. You don't have to. I know some people say, I have to know everything about the product. No, you know about how well you feel with it and just share experience. That's the way that this business works. And I know some people say, no, that's not true. Well, ask any of the top leaders or people that earn multiple six figures, seven figures, and you're going to see that whatever company where they are, they have talked just about benefits, and then they talk about the whole picture. Now, here's the lead mentorship program. Again, somebody come from zero. They don't have a person that works with them, and this helped them to go through all the 5-point recruiting system and how to become successful into the business. You have here, for example, how to make your list, and there are forms that you're going to be connected, how to connect with people, how to book a Zoom, how to follow up, how to do three-way calls too, repeat the welcome letter, and then it has an onboarding video. It's a presentation like this that's recorded, but it's really cool. And by the way, it says additional recruiting scripts. That's cool that we have a lot of scripts. There when you are launching your virtual launch, and this is a Zoom, for example, closing scripts, health professional scripts. This is if you're working with health professionals. Patient client scripts. This is for health professionals that have or people that have clients that they are working with, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. As you see, there's nothing that we have left unturned when talks about business. When somebody say, I don't know what to do, obviously there's a good chance that you have not gone through this. However, and let me say the however, very important that the best way to learn how to do everything is to work with your upline, to see the presentations, is learning by seeing and doing. That's the way that you become successful. And the reason learning and doing, because if you want to learn all this on your own before you go into action, I tell you, it's going to take forever for you to start because you think that you have to be perfect, especially when you go up and you say, oh, there's quick links, there's more information, I will have to learn all that. Well, it really, for example, here, when you click, it's just download the presentation that you are going to use on Zoom or in your home, etc. You download it to your computer. Here is the professional slides. What is the professional slides? I'm going to talk about that a little more later. But this is when you are talking to health professionals. These are specific set up for them. These are not, and let repeat, not for the people that are not health professionals. You can do it, but then you are not showing the whole business to a person. Okay, hold on a second. All right, the next one, the landing page. Landing page is actually a page where if you want somebody to see the whole picture of the company, you can send them treelaunch.com. And then these have this page. It's divided actually in several sessions. The first one is very short. It's a video introduction with Dr. Dan talking about a little more about Daniel Pico, and that's it. The reason it's short because we want to make sure when you do something short, people want to go to the next one. And the next one is their story, and there's a full presentation here. This one is by Samson. It's less than 25 minutes. It's one of the reasons we put it there because it's short. Then the next one, they explore the science. Now, this can go very deep, but the reason we put so much information here is because for people to see that we are serious. It's similar to what you saw in the training. It's not as much, however, it has a lot still. The next one is talking about just Visage. And the reason we have Visage by itself is because, in my opinion, this is a very, very unique product. And then it's a nice page, by the way. If you want to, actually, you can copy the top of the page and send the link to somebody because it's a great page about Visage. Next page. There's the compensation plan. Of course, we have to talk about money. I know some people are scared. If you're scared, just send the video. And this is the video that we have. And that's it. This is again, the treelaunch.com, a really cool page where it goes through a whole presentation. It's a landing page. It doesn't go anywhere. In other words, it's not like people are going to fill their form and they are going to go somewhere, etc. But anyway, really, really a really cool site that we created, and it's an option for you if you want to have this whole information to somebody about the business. Let me go back here. Let me go back to the quick links really quick. We have a more product training. And by the way, this is the same one that you saw in the other one. But again, this is a quick links. If you want to go straight there, scripts for success. This one goes right into the script. Here, you download the enrollment form. Here is the financial reward plan, the writing. Here, if you click here, for example, you have the compensation video and you have the rewards PDF from the company, and you have the one-page pay plan that, by the way, I recommend everybody to download that. It's really cool. In one page, you have an overview of the pay plan. That's it. You see how cool. One page. This is created by us. It's an amazing, amazing tool. I recommend you guys to make sure that you look at or download that because it's a good way to have it, to have it on your hand if you want to have a quick reference to their pay plan. Pay plan. Geez, I can't even say about the pay plan. Okay, let me go a second. All right. Okay, we went through already the fast cash guide, and this is for people that want to find out how to make cash fast. The two fastest ways to make cash is when you are selling something or when you are sponsoring somebody and you get a PIB. And of course, here is explaining how it works. And there we have an example, mostly with the Visage, but although we talk about all the products. But you see, we talk about the cash and we talk about the PIB. This is for somebody that said, you know what, I need cash quick. What do I do? At first, most of the money that you're going to make is going to come from sales and from new people that you are signing up. Eventually, in the long term, the idea is that it's going to come from people that you're bringing into the team, and it's going to be coming from the team cycle, from the people that are making money under you. And of course, you are going to be making more money. Here we have the tracking forms. This is really cool. It's in the 5 steps and the elite training program, but here you can have an straight link when you click, you have these different ones. The one in the center is the one that I recommend for action. In other words, every week, make sure you, and I say every week, you say ask 30 people in 1 week. That's about 5 people a day. If you have 6 days, people a day, excuse me, if you are working 5 days a week. You say that, I don't know if I had the time. Let me tell you, the purpose to call people is just to direct them to an information. You cannot spend hours talking to one person. Just invite people and then send to the information. That's the purpose. Okay, all right. 1 second. Let me go back to, okay, here are the tracking forms, and you can check the other ones. The other one has a reason to, oop, that's a YouTube channel. All right. Okay. All right. Quick links. Let me stay in the quick links. We keep going down. Social media, this is something that's going to be expanding. We have great information that we have lately in social media. It has the basics. When you click here, is the social media guide that apply for everything, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Maybe TikTok is the only one that it doesn't apply. But if this is something that you want to start working basic social media, these are general ideas on how to work social media. Okay, let me go. Trainings and recordings that we have. The World Workbook, this is a training by Kim Weed, it's really good. But anyway, go through all this. You don't have to know all this again to build the business. You just go into action, and that's what is going to be the call after this one. And looking at the big numbers. Here we have the different virtual events, how to connect with us through social media, coaching appointments. This is if you want to set up a coaching appointment here. When you click here, you see there are different appointments, different dates. And let's suppose that you say, okay, let's see. No, you don't want to do the 28th. That's Thanksgiving. I don't know what is even there. But anyway, let's suppose you can choose the hours that we can have a coaching appointment. It's just if you want to go deeper into certain things that you don't find or something personal that you would like to record. And I hear there are some of the recorded presentations, etc. But anyway, as you see, it's very, very powerful. And you start as a game for the home. You start step by step. The other ones are quick links or fast ways to get to the information when you already have gone through the basics and you're already building the business, or you for some reason cannot find your upline. By the way, here you see professional program. This is when you talk to health professionals, this is a turnkey idea of how health professionals can work their business because they are dealing with patients. And although some of the links are the same, there are some links that are specific for health professionals, really powerful. I personally don't do this as much because the fastest way to grow the business is when you bring somebody that bring other people and they bring other people and they start building. Health professionals are good to have it because credibility and they have patients, etc. But really, if you want to have growth, is to find people that want to grow like you. This one gives you extra volume and credibility too. When you come across a health professionals and they want to know how they can promote their business at their office, this is a great one. Okay, I don't recommend you to go door to door like some people have tried to help professional offices, spas, etc. That could be really depressing because most of them are bombarded by people being visited and they are going to turn you away. The best way to approach a health professional usually is when we have some kind of connection. We know the person is our doctor or some kind of connection, the same with spas and things like that, or is referral from somebody. But going in cold, I would never recommend it. It doesn't make sense. I never built my business like that. King We had never, Samsung had never, Christine Peterson had never, Kimberly Starr had never, Holly and Corbin had never, okay, Mark Hugh had never, and all is the people I mentioned is people that have earned six-figure and multiple six-figure and seven and even eight figures in our business because that's not the way to build the business. It's a good way to have because we are going to come across a professionals, especially with the products that we have. But that's not the way that you are going to focus in. And I know some people that are hearing that maybe I'm hurting a little their feelings because some people see it like the way to build. But I just, and one of the reasons, by the way, I like to know about the industry is because I know about a lot of people in the industry that have earned seven, eight figures. And I don't know of anybody that have built it by just approaching health professionals. And I'm talking about big incomes. Now, you can have smaller incomes when you have the regular doctors, etc. Unless that's your niche. You know, hundreds of doctors. Yeah, by all means, do it. Doctor, I forgot his name. It's a very famous chiropractor. He's in another network marketing company. He was the head of the whole chiropractor organizations in the US. And of course, he was in another network marketing company. He had a sponsor over 1,000 chiropractors, but that was his profession. He had the connections and he did it and he became successful. But that was the way that he was approaching and interesting. He was approaching the business, not just to the people to have the products on the office, but how to grow volumes, etc. Because it's nice to have a residual income, and network marketing is the perfect solution. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here for a second. Okay. All right, something that I'm gonna say also is very important to keep in mind right now the timing. The perfect storm has been forming for network marketing, and it's after COVID. People want to work from home, etc. But they're having people confused. They don't know what to do. But this is the perfect storm right now. And the perfect storm, people want to work from home. They want to have an extra income. They are not totally confident in the traditional ways to protect their health. And we have the right products. We have the leadership. And the idea is to make sure that you are working with your leader. Yeah, we had the support tools, we had the website, etc. But when you are working with your leader, doing three-way calls, when you are doing presentations, when you are doing all that, I don't want to say all, but most of the stuff that you need to learn, probably all of the stuff actually, is the one that when you are in action. However, it's important to have that website to make sure that you have the script, for example, and that you have the tools downloading the one-page pay plan or the presentations, etc. This is a turnkey business. For those of you that have been in traditional business in the past, for example, if you buy a franchise, that's the best example. When you buy a franchise, you go to training. McDonald's had the hamburger university. I think it used to be called like that. I don't know how they call it that right now. Right now, probably it's McDonald's University. And where you go there and you get trained and you get a thick, very thick book of policies and procedures, things to do, things not to do, etc. Very big book. The same if you're buying any franchise, doesn't matter if it's a franchise of vacuum homes or a franchise of restaurants or hardware store, or even any business that you start with any consultant, they give you a huge, thick book. We don't have that. We don't need that. However, it's good to have some guidelines. This business is very simple and the potential is enormous. You can open a restaurant, even in a great city like Chicago, and you can be successful, but you are going to be a slave to the restaurant while you are building it up. You have to be there all the time. You may close only one time a week, but you are, and the incomes are limited to that restaurant. And if something like COVID happen again and it's closed for several months, you could be in deep water. Here you can work a business that's very simple, working from home, and the secret is connecting every time, every day with people. The same thing that you would do with clients in your traditional business. The difference that you are approaching them and you are posting on social media to attract also people, but working with your list. By doing this, you can create a business that's going to produce more than some of the best restaurants and more successful best restaurants in cities like Chicago, New York, San Francisco, LA, etc. This is incredible potential because you can earn a multiple six-figure income, seven-figure or more, or eight figures, like happened to Kingwee, over $1 million per month that she was earning in another company. How many traditional business a person earn $1 million per month even $100,000 per month, even $10,000 a month. I know many people that have restaurants and still one of the spouses is working because they may be pulling 5,000, 6,000 after all the expenses. Of course, I am not talking about the bigger restaurants, but this is an example. This business is very, very simple. But you have to make sure that you follow what successful people are doing. Do not reinvent the wheel. One of my uplines, Mark General, said one time, he said, do not start doing different things that I'm teaching you until you are earning $20,000 per month. Then you can do whatever you want. I bet as soon as you hit 20,000 a month, you're not going to change the way that you build the business. Of course, there are things that are your personality, etc. It's your personality. That is you. I'm talking about the basics of the business that are very simple. The basics of the business. You are making your list. You are connecting with people. You are presenting. You follow up, teach others to do the same, and repeat that process. That's the basics of the business. There's no way around. Any business, doesn't matter if it's not network marketing, you have your assets are your clients. The same here. The assets are the people that you work with. Then you have to learn how to connect with that client. In any business, you have to have some way of presentation. In any business, even if it's a restaurant, it's the restaurant itself. You have to follow up to grow the business and to make sure that the customer come back in traditional business, or customer or people that come to your place, and to make sure that they come back to buy the next time. Is follow up, and we have follow up here. And then after follow up, and by the way, the follow up is eternal. You continue following up until the person says, "Do not follow up anymore. I hate you." I say, "Okay, you have to stop," or the person die, obviously. But meanwhile, make sure you continue the basics. You are continuing the basics. And we are going to talk in the next presentation. I'm going to go deeper into that and how to go quick into action and understand the numbers. We had to work the numbers. And one more thing I'm going to say. If you were doing what you are doing right now in your business in 3, but this was a job, would you be fired or not? Think about that. Are you doing the actions? Of course, the cool thing about this business is that you are not going to be fired by anybody. And the cool thing that every day is a new day, and we can start again, like if there was no, yesterday there was a failure, if we want to call it, we didn't do the thing that we were supposed to do, or we were not taking the actions. Today is a new day. I met a lot of people in network marketing that they're starting a company. They are epic failure, some of them for years. One of the most successful that come to mind is Richard Brook. Now he's one of the legends in network marketing. I think it took him 6 years or 7 years to really make a big income, to go full time. He tells the story in a book called Set Your Hair in Fire, I think it's called, by Richard Brook. That was his first book. He had written many books after that. He's now multi. When I say multi, with many, millionaire. But the first 6, 7 years were failures. My first year, I was totally epic failure, as many people said. The most I make probably was $300 in a month, in a whole month, because they didn't pay weekly. And I have people friends of mine that they're having epic failure for years. But doesn't matter the age. My upline in the company I was before, where we earned millions and millions of dollars, he started when he was 75, excuse me, 95, 75. He's 95 today. 75, he was broke, coming out of bankruptcy. Never, ever, ever had a business before. He was a former butcher. He retired with Albertson. And that was it. No high school diploma even. And this guy started at 75. It's funny because many people that I meet, they say, "Oh, gee, it's too late for me." And they're in the 40s. I feel like, say, what the heck are you talking about? And this guy started at 75, and the following 20 years, he earned over $100 million in network marketing in 20 years. He called me when we were in the other company one night, and I love to tell that story very late. Now, he was now in the probably 82 or 83. And of course, he called me like 1 o'clock my time. That was like 2 o'clock his time. I was living in Utah at the time. Actually, 2 hours different. It was even later. And at first, I was worried because he was like a father figure to me too, because I lost my father when I was 19. But he called me and said, "Are you okay, Jimmy?" And he said, "George, I cannot sleep." And I said, "Why?" Well, he just had moved to the house where he lived now. And he said, "My master bedroom is bigger than the first house that I have." And I want to tell you something, and I feel maybe he felt a little guilty or something. I don't buy this house for Jimmy. No, I bought this house because I want to show people that doesn't matter their age, they can have their dream. His house is like 11,000 square feet. No? And it's not for me. This is for you guys. I want people believe that it's not because I want to live in a big house or anything like that. You can do whatever you want, doesn't matter your age. And it's very interesting that perspective. Interesting because he also bought a motorhome that cost him over $350,000. And many people say, "Oh yeah, there is Jimmy motorhome." He say, "I always wanted to have a motorhome. I bought it. I enjoy it." And then what did he do? You would say, well, he would sell the motorhome. No, he gave it away to a charity university, it's called Child Help, that also I still give money to the organization that help kids that have been abused, abandoned, etc. He gave the motorhome to Child Help to be in an auction to raise money. If he could have sold the motorhome, probably he could have raised $200,000 or $300,000, who knows? Because it cost him over $300,000. He gave it to Child Help, and they got millions of dollars of money, people to buy tickets for the auction. And was all for more than the was worth, but it's because was a benefits. But he didn't get one penny of that. He is living his dream. Even today at 95, he's living his dream. He's not retired. He said one famous word for those of you that are tired sometimes thinking, "I ain't gonna retire one day." He said, "If I retire, I expire." And it's true. And you talk to him today, and it's incredible. Every time I call him, we go through memory lane from the time that I met him many, many years ago, the first time. "Remember, George, when I was sitting at that table with you and I was telling you that I was going to make $1 million a year one day?" And he made more than that. And people start walking away. And it's true. People start walking away thinking, "Oh, that old guy is crazy." I was the only one that stayed there. And I said, "Okay, Jimmy, how are we going to do it?" Because I said, "Let's talk numbers." That was in Tampa, Florida. But we have an amazing business.